episode 2 of Colder Than a Twitch's Wit. I've got no announcements to make, so let's go ahead and meet the players. Got quiet there.
I have been given power.
I fixed it.
Okay.
You're
We
up.
got gremlins today.
Good day. I will be playing RA-THERIS. I'm just a little slime. Do not worry. Nothing malicious is behind my wonderful greenish sheen.
Sorry. NIAM's a little airhead today. I'm glad everybody's here for the second episode, and I will try not to be an airhead through it.
That Derik fellow, he was certainly a character. Never thought I'd be working under someone who traffics yetis for a living. Yeesh. Just the thought of it just gives me shivers.
Fuck Derik. All right? Fuck Derik. That's all I got. Let's do it. Let's do the thing.
You know, I think that that does raise an interesting question as to what will happen to the. I hate to use the term beloved Derik, because apparently that's not the case. But before we get into things, perhaps a quick recap is in order. We had quite the eventful session last time. So
I vote the ooze goes.
ooh, okay,
This is
all right. I'd love to hear his perspective, actually, considering.
What do you remember,
he was-
Green Boy?
This is my burden. This is the will's burden to be the record keeper of the nomads.
Well, if you're
Just for
good at
today.
something.
No, it's not just for today. Don't lie to me. All right. Well, my perspective as the wonderful ooze was I was sitting next to a young juvenile yeti for a large portion of time, hearing the great torturer, as I have dubbed him, conversing with apparently a comrade of his for several long hours, as well as his servants, who he does not for some reason see the need to torture, unlike me. Then, after a night where I heard a scuffle, I had prayed the great torturer had been murdered by one of his associates, but unfortunately he had not been. Then, fate, the gods, all that is good and holy in the world, sent my salvation in the form of 2 yetis, one of which just devastated the great torturer, bringing him low and freeing me from my containment. However, his compatriots sought to revive the great torturer. I did not allow this to happen. I could never allow that to happen, and so I murdered him by becoming the air within his lungs. Notably, I am not air.
We were attacked by fucking yetis, and Derik's piece of shit. That's my summary of what happened last session. Derik was smuggling fucking yetis. I'll do a proper recap next week, I promise.
No, you won't. It will always be me.
Challenge
It's
accepted.
always me.
Challenge accepted.
It's always me.
Well, when we left last time, as our slimy friend here pointed out, you're very much not air. So after giving Derik super pneumonia, essentially, we left on our slimy friend here rising out of the body, and that's where we're gonna pick up.
Indeed, I do rise, and I see the individual known as ZERRIS looking upon me, having just killed the great torturer. A face appears from me.
Don't you fucking move!
A head-like organ, which then proceeds to
I will fucking...
accurately mimic the face of the individual in front of me.
I don't like it!
However, the individual's face seems older, as if he was well, older. I lower the face. Facial recognition acknowledged. Master, it has been several years.
I will beat your ass. Don't you fucking move. Don't you fucking speak. What did you do to Derik?
Master, I have killed the Great Torturer.
You're muted, Niam.
Why is he the master? I'm very confused.
His facial print is exact to the Master. However, Master, you have decreased in age. Have you mastered your ability to become immortal, Clear?
Styria!
Styria, unfortunately,
You got a new baby.
Still paralyzed. How many rounds has it been?
I'm gonna
Styria?
swap back over to roll 20.
3.
3. Oh, yeah. Styria is still kind of just laying motionless on the ground.
Styria, please,
Master.
don't you fucking move.
Understood, Master. I will cease movement. All movement ceases.
Run
All
over.
the swirling liquid ceases moving.
I don't like it. I'm gonna run over to Styria. Is Styria unconscious or
Paralyzed.
Fully conscious, just paralyzed from the Yetis.
You're able to see Styria's eyes like move towards you as like literally one of the only things that she can do right now.
Cool. I can't help with this. Just gonna pat
She'll con say
head
that.
and be like, "Hey, I can't. I'm sorry. I didn't prepare this. I wasn't ready for this. I need you to get up because I need your advice and counsel, please."
You can go ahead and give another save, Styria, to see if you can get out of this.
Still a 9.
Yeah.
I can hold on. I have stuff. I have I hate this character sheet.
You
I
looking?
have spells. Can I do lesser restoration on? Would that help?
If I remember correctly,
What
lesser
does that
restoration
do?
would do that. Do you have the description on there? Because it gives
If
a
you-
list of conditions.
Yeah. If you click the there you go. Hell yeah.
Where'd it
blinded,
go?
blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned can be automatically ended.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that would definitely clear up the paralysis.
Yay! So we're gonna walk over and do that.
I'm gonna move myself right here as I would be. Not that close to that fucking thing.
Not that close to that fucking thing.
Well, I'm gonna go around the Uzi to be able to help Styria. I'll stand right here between the ooze and ZERRIS.
Cool.
And with that lesser restoration, that Styria,
Ends
your
the-
movement is restored.
I'm gonna immediately take that chance to start unstiffening my arms and just sort of like lifting myself up to where I'm no longer face first on the ground and just go like,
Yeah,
that was cold.
Are you hurt? How bad is it? I'm keeping one eye on the fucking that thing.
I start popping my neck, just sort of loosening up my joints and just like arms a little sore. Wings are definitely a little mangled. We'll have to wait until tomorrow to get those up and running again. Should be good.
Okay, we're gonna
Oh,
the thing
Yeah.
What did
Your
you
baby?
No, let's not. What did you do to Derik?
The Great Torturer has been killed.
gonna sort of look over with this sort of quizzical look on my face and just like, might I ask what you are?
I am a servant to the Master.
I don't like this.
That is
Okay, so
ZERRIS'
I
new
see
baby.
that. But what exactly? Because, like, anyone can be a servant.
Yes, and I am a servant. All should serve the master.
Who was
No,
your
like-
master before?
Master, may I move?
I don't like that you keep calling me that. If I'm being honest,
Am I permitted to move, master?
Oh, good lord.
I'd like you to stay where you are. It is a calm, clear suggestion, not an order, not a master-servant relationship, not a.
Understood, master. I will cease. I will not move at all.
You are stressing me out.
My master was my master. As seen,
Your
as seen
master have a
beside you.
name?
My master determined that saying his name was wrong.
Okay, well, he's dead, right?
My master is in front of me.
Okay, your previous master. God, this is good.
Is in front of me. I have only had one master.
Oh, way to go, ZERRIS. Where,
I didn't
what?
fucking do this. No.
Apparently you did.
I fucking didn't. I blame it on that piece of shit, and I'll point to Derek's fucking corpse.
Don't
The
speak
Great
ill of
Torturer
the
had
dead.
nothing to do with this. The Great Torturer is the latest in a long line of individuals who have claimed me since Master left me.
Left you where?
Right. Can we go one step at a time here? So ZERRIS, mind if I ask a couple of questions?
Sure.
To look over and it's like, would you happen to have a name that we could use to refer to you as?
My master gives me my name. If my master wishes me to change my name, I will. Would
Well,
you,
what was the
master? Would you
George?
prefer me to use the name you previously called me?
What is your name?
Oh, master, you know my name.
I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out. You're stressing me out. What? State your name.
The designation you most recently gave me was RA-THERIS.
Right, Mr.
That's attractive.
RA-THERIS.
Hey DM, does that name have any meaning to me at all? Does that mean anything? Like literally mean anything, or is that just syllables? Is that just sounds that come from my mouth hole?
As far as I know, is that our slimy friend here believes that is the name that you gave him many moons ago.
I fucking
Beyond that,
Okay.
I'm not sure of any meaning that it may have.
Mr. or Mrs. or Nix, I don't know what to refer to them as. What function did you have under your prior
Enslavement?
superiors? I believe would be the proper term.
My primary function is to protect the person of the master from magical assaults. For that purpose, he has trained me in abjuration magic in order to protect him from magical assaults.
What? What do you mean?
So it's like a bodyguard? Or a familiar?
I am more complex than any singular,
But-
simple familiar. I am
But
afraid.
then that raises like more questions. If that's the case, or why was it in a bottle in Sir Derik's cart?
Oh, that is simple. When Master left me, I was made to wander. I was captured in time and traded through many hands.
Where did you come from?
Master, I came from home.
I'm stressing out. Where's home?
Home is in the south. I could not tell you exactly where it is from here.
Does it have a name?
RA-THERIS.
Its name is RA-THERIS.
No, the home, not
Oh, okay.
Mr. Theris, Mrs. Theris, they, Theris.
We lived on 14619 Elvick Boulevard.
Dungeon Master, is that my fucking home address, dude? Is that my fucking home address? This motherfucker just gave me my fucking home address.
Could we make like an ability check to see if we can't figure out if that string, that sequence of syllables makes any sense
Uh,
as far as like a location is concerned.
yeah, I could see history. I could see
Okay.
history there.
Let's see what we got.
As far as what
Well, that's a 22.
okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
If that could tell us like the name of the village, town, or castle where that is.
Yeah. Now, actually, I'm gonna kind of call him you here because if I remember correctly, you said you had studied somewhere in the south, correct?
Who, me?
With ZERRIS, right? Didn't you guys have somewhere in
Yeah,
the
our
south?
nightly order.
Okay. Okay. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say that at least the street name sounds familiar. Possibly in that neighborhood or nearby.
I'm just gonna look over and it's like, Sir Zeris, that is awfully close to the steeple where we trained.
Yep. 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 Yep.
That
It
is-
is. Yep. 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 Mm.
Well, Zeris, do you have parts of your life that you don't remember?
I didn't think so. I stopped drinking when I became a cleric.
Maybe you,
Master, you have undertaken clerical studies?
maybe you did something when you were drinking. How badly did you drink, Zeris?
Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick weather check
Okay.
to see what's going on.
Should still
Okay.
be still be windy, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So the wind is picking up a little bit.
What
Clouds
about
are
the
kind
storm?
of rolling in. It's probably not going to be like a huge storm, but you can definitely tell
Little
that
bit of
you're going to be getting some snow tonight.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to motion for the rest of the villagers to come back to the carts.
Okay.
Are you
The
safe?
horses.
Am I safe?
Yeah. Are you?
Yes, master, I am always safe in your company. Unless you bring me into dangerous locations. Then I am not safe. In which case, my purpose is to keep you safe. And so my safety is not important.
Okay, so it would be safe to say that you are friendly.
Of course I am friendly with you, master. You are my master. I would be remiss to not protect you with my life.
I'm really gonna need you to stop calling me that. I really am gonna need you to not do that.
Master, you designated long ago that I should only refer to you as Master, Lord, the one true Lord of all things.
What?
Oh my god!
Or occasionally, if you are attempting to impress ladies, I should refer to you as a good person.
All right, sorry to cut people off, but real quick, are the villagers or the horses hurt at all?
No. They had moved away, and the Yetis weren't interested in them.
How's fuck.
All right, I am counting. I am counting my blessings on that one. I'm gonna go ahead and start directing people back to the carts.
How's fuck. How do
And
our
at least
friends
a
look?
bit away from RA-THERIS.
How
Sorry?
do our friends look? STIRIA, NIAM.
A little banged up, but otherwise I'm looking pretty healthy.
NIAM, how are you looking?
I'm good.
RA-THERIS, or how are you looking?
Master, you do not need to heal me.
Are you
Do
injured?
not waste clerical power on me.
I don't.
Speaking of, Sir Zeris, how are you? Sir Zeris, you look a little worse for wear,
I
right?
am in deep amounts of pain.
Master, may I heal you?
If the villagers are, if everyone else is looking pretty hale and hearty, I'm gonna go ahead and invest, say, 10 points of my lay on hands pool
Okay.
into Zeris.
Okay.
That is much appreciated. In kind. I'm fuck. Spell slots.
Points.
Spell points.
Master, do you wish me to use my healing abilities?
I have questions before I let you touch me through the weave physically.
I'm just gonna look over and say, Sir ZERRIS, if you're worried about my condition, don't. I'll be fine. I can manage.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that opportunity and expend my innate use of healing word on myself.
Okay.
NIAM, you said you are uninjured?
Yes.
I mean, shit, 8 points of healing is not bad. I'm at full.
All right.
Nice.
We should bunker down. We're
Indeed,
gonna get
Master.
snow.
Yeah. How's the fire looking?
It's a little smaller. Probably when the Yeti was running away, it kicked some snow on it. It's not extinguished, but it's on its way out.
Tanya would know how to handle things of that nature, correct?
Yes. Yeah, she would be able to get the fire going again.
I'll be seeking her assistance in getting that fire built back up.
Okay.
While everyone else rests.
I'm gonna grab Derik's body.
Oh boy. What?
What are you doing with the body?
Well, first of all, I'm taking my fucking ring back. Secondly, I'm just gonna look at him. I'm gonna drag him away from camp and just be like, "What the fuck did you do? I know this is your fault. What the fuck did you do? What sort of sick fuck? What did you fucking make? What did you do? What is this thing? God, you son of a bitch! I'm bringing you back. I can't do it now, but I'm gonna bring you back and we're gonna fucking have a conversation."
Does that mean you intend to somehow keep the body?
Ew.
No, I'm gonna begin.
There's a notable landmark nearby. You could bury him here and come back for him later.
That is precisely what I'm gonna do. However, the time I am gonna take his shit, whatever's in his goddamn pockets.
Okay.
Not a lot.
Well, doesn't the caravan belong to Derik?
It did.
Mm-hmm.
Does he
That's
have
what's
his,
done.
Does he have his fucking spellbook on him? Albeit useless to me, but
Yeah, our RA-THERIS here would know all about the contents of said book and essentially the equipment that he would have had there.
cool. I'm gonna if RA-THERIS like ate his equipment, I'm gonna just take my fucking ring back and I'm gonna bury Derik. Whole time just like, I'm bringing you back, you stupid piece of shit. I have questions. I'm gonna talk to God and we're gonna have a conversation. We're all three of us gonna have a sit down.
If Sir ZERRIS is currently interring the dead, I believe would be the way to go with this. While he's away, I'm going to see what information I could possibly gather from RA-THERIS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
While they're all doing that, I'm going to make sure there's nothing else. No more Yetis, no more other stolen things, or green slimes, purple slimes, whatever. Any more slimes or creatures or anything else
Okay.
that could come.
So as of right now, with the storm kind of around the corner, seems like a lot of those things have kind of cleared out and taken shelter. And the Yetis wouldn't really care to do that, but they already got what they came for. So for right now, it seems like the coast is clear.
But he was carrying Yeti babies and the little slime. He had those somewhere.
Which immediately sussed people out.
In the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to check the cart.
Make sure there's no other surprises.
Right.
Yeah. No, in there you do find like a little lockbox that excuse me, that ZERRIS would have the key for. Um, but yeah, the as far as you know, the only thing that's in there is the money that he was going to give you guys upon completion of this task. Um, the rest of the supplies in there are things like flour and wheat, just regular foodstuff supplies there. The kind of things that you would expect a merchant to be bringing.
Mhm. I'm gonna look for secret compartments, hidden panels, push buttons. I don't trust Derek at this point. There was a Yeti baby, and now there's green
There
slime.
was the Yeti baby, yeah. Um, yeah, no, I mean from what's left, this caravan doesn't really have anything. But in there you do find that there was a secret compartment where he did have a short sword hidden in case again, found himself unarmed.
Fuck
So-
were you gonna do with a short sword, Derek? You squishy bitch.
You had more hit points than your average commoner.
Awesome. Can I keep a short sword?
You can.
So, RA-THERIS,
Why do you say it like that?
is there a specific way it should be said so that I know for in the future?
No. I asked you why you say it like that.
Seems
Most
to
people use a hard A.
RA-THERIS?
Yes. But you use a soft A. Why are you inclined for that?
Suppose it would roll off the tongue easier. But if it's a hard A, then that can then we
My
then we
name
can go
is
with
what
that.
my master names me. You used a hard A, but it is not required. Unless he requires it.
What do you prefer?
I have no preference.
Okay. So with that previous home that you had mentioned, was there any key memories that might have persisted from there?
What are you inquiring about?
Do
I
you
do
remember
not.
do you remember any day-to-day activities or experiments or
Oh, yes. There was the slime breeding field. And then there was also the daily visits to the pits that we would do.
the hits?
Yes. You would call them quarries.
So like looking for stones?
No. We were overlooking the prisoners with jobs. The master was a very demanding individual.
Prisoners with jobs.
I can
I feel like there's
assume
another word
so.
for that.
I can assume so. Um, so just to clarify, your entire job, as it were, was just to keep the master safe.
I had other menial chores. However, my primary function was to protect the master from magical attacks. There was another slime that's primary function was to protect the master from physical attacks, and there was the automaton as well. However, the automaton seems to have vanished.
Be quite a conundrum. Um,
And we were just the personal servants.
okay. Do you remember anything at all between your time in your former home and the time you got trapped in that glass flask?
Yes.
would you be so kind as to share it with us?
Oh,
So that,
yes.
so that
if
we
you
so that we have an idea of what all has happened.
yes. After the great calamity, I was adrift for much time in the ocean. I found myself hitting land later on, and was able to integrate with local slimes for a time. However, due to their degradation, they made me leave. At which point I was at which point I traveled for some time, assaulting certain individuals of key note, searching for the master, and now I have found him.
Okay.
That's
So- So for a while you were, just to clarify, for a while you were wandering before you ended up in Sir Derek's.
Yes, I was a feral slime for approximately 999 years.
Wouldn't necessarily say feral. Lots of individuals may be out in the wild and not necessarily be feral.
No, that is the categorization of ooze. I was feral.
So you were feral for shy of a year, and before being picked up by Sir Derik. And then while you were under Sir Derek's employee possession, that was when the quote unquote torture happened.
Yes, he sought to use me as a tool. I am only the master's tool. As such, I resisted. It is good that I found the master again. I can start protecting him again. I am glad he has survived. He is younger now than he was.
Okay.
Must say, ZERRIS looks good for his age.
And see, I'm just sitting here trying to figure out what other questions I could ask before ZERRIS ends up showing up. Unless he shows up at around this point.
I'll leave it to the DM to see when I finish burying my idiot.
Your idiot friend.
He didn't say friend.
He did just say idiot.
I know what I
so-
said.
Oh shit.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I suppose how long that takes would depend on how deep of a hole you're trying to dig, but
We're gonna go full 6 feet, or at least as aiming for 6 feet. The
Okay.
snow and ice may cause a problem. Frozen soil is far more difficult to dig into.
Yeah.
But the plus side is he'll be preserved.
If it's taking longer than like 2 hours, I'm gonna look for ZERRIS.
well, so I personally have not had to, dig a grave out in the frozen wasteland, so I'm not quite sure how long that should take.
I would say about 3 to 4 hours if he's going full 6 feet and has no tools.
Okay. Yeah, then we'll go ahead and say 3-4 hours then. If you want to go the whole 6 feet, if you want to do it in half that distance, then half the time.
Probably want to see if Derik has a shovel.
I would look for a shovel in the cart. See if Derik has a shovel.
So it's not really a shovel per se. It's more like one of those small little handheld shovels.
Trowel?
Derik is a
Yeah,
real piece
one
of
of those.
shit. I will take the trowel and I will dig.
Yeah. I would imagine that such a thing is really just meant for digging, smaller holes when you're on the road, because
For gardening.
I
for
wasn't
some
going to say
reason.
gardening, but yeah.
Did you plan on
Does he-
doing much gardening on the road, Derik? You piece of shit. Just
That's more like the make a toilet shovel. Or try.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you can't just leave that on the side of the road. That's rude. And I like to think that Derik had a little bit
No.
more humanity than that.
Now, let's face it. That was for camp time, so he could bury it and not have to smell it,
Fair.
like
Yeah.
a cat.
All right, yeah. So, and you said, Styria, that you were going to go check on ZERRIS if it took longer
If
than 2 hours.
Yes, because if he was mostly because of the weather, because I know he can't handle the kind of weather that I can handle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which during that time,
And that's
the
even
snow
before
would've-
getting into like the particulars of it.
Right. So the snow and wind during this time also would have begun to pick up a little bit.
I'm still doing my work.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig and make sure that I'm gonna keep digging my hole.
Yeah. Once I catch up with ZERRIS, I will open up the conversation by simply asking, "How are you holding up?"
My friend is dead, and he was smuggling Yeti children, and I may have drank too much one night and either copulated with a slime, with an ooze, or somehow enslaved a creature. I'm not well.
Okay. Why don't I help you with this body so that we can get you back to camp where it's warm? And if you want, we can talk about that later. See what we can do to get things sort of patched up.
No, it's okay. The digging helps me think.
Mind if I ask what you're thinking about?
Trying to remember if I got particularly adventurous one day and sought out a gelatinous cube or a black pudding. I don't recall ever being that charismatic, but I don't know. And I'm gonna look down at Derik and I don't know what possessed him. He was never a. We never when we were in business we never moved creatures. It was always. I don't know what changed. I don't know.
What are we going to do about the caravan then? Because that was his project.
I have no idea.
We were hired to defend this caravan and its people.
I have no idea.
We can't just leave them out here to freeze because that would just be inhumane.
Well, yes. I don't think that was on the table. We get the people to safety. I don't think we're getting paid.
Okay. Do you think one of the others might have an idea?
They might.
Okay, so why don't we focus first on, as I'm still helping bury the bitch,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we first worry about getting this caravan to the next town? And once we do that, we can reconvene with everyone who's been a part of this caravan and see what we need to do from here. Okay?
Sure.
We could potentially figure out if perhaps Sir Derik may have had a will and carry out his last rites out of or we could maybe report his actions towards the local authorities and see what they recommend to do.
See, that's the thing. I don't think it was illegal. It was just shitty. I mean,
Nevertheless, the law tends to change from city to city, so it never hurts to double check.
true. We could be implicated. We could be criminals because of him. God, I'm gonna raise his ass. I'm gonna raise his ass and then beat his ass.
We might necessarily not be criminals, because think about it like this, right? We are simply hired to defend a caravan, right? So if the caravan makes it to the next town safely, we would have done our jobs, and we would have still been, for lack of a better term, vindicated by virtue of our contract. And I'm sure the Nightly Order, once we explain our piece to them, would understand what happened, understand how in the dark we were, and likely not do anything.
I hope you're right. I hope that you're right. Because I think I've only taken the cloth for a number of years, a handful, less than a handful. And if I'm excommunicated because of Derik, I'm gonna kick the corpse.
Let's not think about that right now.
He,
As I said before, we have other issues that we need to worry about right now, namely the civilians.
yes.
So let's finish up with this body here, and then we can get back, make sure everyone's safe, and then start back on our journey once the weather clears up.
Well, I can finish this. I'm not. Like I said, it's helping me think, and I'll reach into my pockets and pull out whatever was on Derik's person minus the ring.
I'm gonna look up to the sky real quick. How's the weather looking?
Well, so nearing the end of this 4-hour span, the storm's going to be right on top of you guys, pretty much throughout. It would have been picking up as you went along, but it's right on top of you as you're getting to the end of this.
So I'm just gonna look at Sir Derik and go, with respect, once we get, let's just finish with the burial and get back, because it's starting to get nasty.
Yeah.
And I don't know how well you can handle cold weather. Nor do I know how well the other people can handle cold weather.
Yeah.
We need to be there for them.
Yep. And I'll set about finishing this task.
And all the while, me being there to help out. So yeah, once we get Derik buried, we're going to make our way back to the camp and see how everyone's holding up.
Okay. Excuse me. Well, with as far as the family, Tanya would have gotten them situated in the caravan that's still intact, which just brings us to NIAM and RA-THERIS as far as what you guys would be doing during this time.
My standing orders are to stay here. Stay perfectly still.
Okay.
I did not move this entire time.
Oh my god.
It is freezing. It is frigid. I am still here.
How big is this green slimy thing?
It's a medium creature,
Yeah,
about
so,
human-sized.
Human-sized, yeah.
Isn't he gonna turn into a giant popsicle?
Yeah, he'll die.
Giant popsicle.
Yeah, he'll probably die if it gets too cold. But his
Is
standing
there
orders were to stand outside.
a blanket or another coat or something that NIAM could have found to put on? The thing? I don't know what to call it.
David.
I'm sorry, I had missed the first part of that question.
Is there
Is there,
some
like-
type of cover that we can put over RA-THERIS?
Well, so from the caravan that's left, yeah, you could have found something like so. I mean, essentially some raggedy kind of cloth material that would work as some protection from the elements.
Okay. I'm also
It's-
going to spend time trying to convince him to move closer
The-
to the fire.
The master's orders were to stay put and not move.
You will freeze if you
The master's
stay
orders were to
right
stay
here.
put and not move.
Oh.
I am not a feral slime. My master is here now. I follow my master's orders.
How far away are they? If
it
I
looks-
scream, tell him he can move, will
Yeah,
ZERRIS hear me?
It's actually a
Depends
good
on-
question. How far away did you guys go?
Also depends on which direction the wind.
Yeah, I would have taken him maybe about 50 feet.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, I could see that you know you would be able to hear if they were yelling.
I'm gonna
Casual
scream
conversation,
at
not so much,
ZERRIS.
but screaming definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna scream at ZERRIS. He's gonna turn into a popsicle. Tell him he can move closer to the fire.
He can move freely. I'm not his master. That's not I'm very uncomfortable.
I have been
He-
told I can move freely. Immediately moves closer to the fire.
Go. Thank goodness.
I'm gonna look over to
Would appear
ZERRIS
your
and I'm gonna
master
go
has
and I'm
been
gonna
noted.
say, if it's seeing you as its boss, I think there might be some protocols that we could use to give it some autonomy, so it's not necessarily, I would say, bound in a way.
I'm open to these to these protocols. I would prefer it didn't see me as its boss, because it's not really seeing me as its boss now, is it? It's really seeing me as its master.
It's more right, but boss would be a nicer term for me to use.
Yeah, and I'm uncomfy.
Rightfully so. Although to be fair, I do kind of defer to you sometimes. So
I don't know why. I have no idea why.
you know things that I don't. So being able to have that level of expertise helps. I say plainly.
I am.
I think it's only fair that if I need your expertise, I defer to you in a polite and respectful manner, particularly since we're part of the same order. And if we're going to get into the technicalities of it, you would technically be above me in the hierarchy.
There is
You're
no.
a priest.
There
You're a
is
priest.
no.
I'm a knight. The knights serve the priests.
There is no logical reason that should be the way it is, and if I ever rise into a position where that I can change that, that's exactly what the first thing I'm going to change, because there's no reason for that. I've been in this order less time than you, and I don't. This isn't. I'm not. Also, there's a difference between our mutual respect for one another and the creature calling me master. That we got to figure that out. We got to cut that shit off.
Yeah, that's
Right at the
that's
kneecap.
entirely. That is a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. It says I got younger.
Let me see if I can't find some of those law books
Yeah.
and see what I can find in terms of drafting up a contract that we can then provide to Mig's. How do I refer to it? Is it a he, a she, a they? I don't know.
Could always ask, I guess.
But then how would one approach that topic without
I feel like it's
coming
always...
off as insensitive?
I always feel like it's best to just ask outright and then, you know, not make a big deal out of it. And then just accept the answer, respect the answer, and then move on, not make like a huge, like, oh, I never would have guessed, or like, oh, well, you look so this way or that way, you know, it's, you know, just for clarity, especially when first meeting someone. I mean, if they get offended or upset, apologize and move on, and if they don't accept your apology, well, then...
No, that's... I suppose that's how their customs work.
We finished. This whole... It's Dungeon... Is Dungeon Master...
I was assuming that we were
I would
going
say
through this
that
conversation as on our way back.
Yeah. So the hole was to your liking, and you were able to adequately bury the body. And as I said, on your way back, it is definitely picked up. This storm is right on top of you guys now.
I do know one thing we might possibly be able to do to help fix RA-THERIS's subservience issue, I believe would be the way to say it. Perhaps make it so that other people as a part of this caravan can issue protocols.
I don't want to issue protocols. I don't think he should have protocols that he needs to go off by. I think that he should have free will and do what he wants. So far as he's not, you know, eating the people or killing us in our sleep.
And that's entirely understandable. But if that individual thinks in terms of protocols, that might be the best way to refer to it as.
Yeah, I guess. I'm so uncomfortable. STIRIA, what if I fucked an ooze?
I'll tell you one thing, the majority of the people here would not think of you otherwise.
I know,
If it was,
it really
it's in
warms my heart.
if it's in the past,
aren't going to kink shame.
if it's in the past and you're a part of the order and you have some level of respectability, then I don't think it should matter.
Surely there would have been remnants. Like, oozes are acidic, and there's never been an issue downstairs or anything. There's never been, like, not a pock, not a burn mark, nothing.
As I said before, if it's in the past and there hasn't been a big deal about it before, why should there be a big deal about it now?
I hope I didn't fucking ooze, STIRIA.
I can't speak on your personal life.
Whenever we get back to camp, I'm gonna just sit by the fire.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and take this
Where
opportunity. I'm gonna go ahead and take the opportunity to check on the status of the weather. See if we can't salvage anything out of this caravan. Although I very likely am not going to be able to.
Yeah, I'm gonna also hand the whoever would like it the whatever Derik had on his person. I believe you said he had keys and.
Yep, there was a set of keys. Not really much else past that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, whoever wants to take it up, I think that our payment's in the lockbox. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that is where he said it was.
Cool.
Do you guys want to check that before heading to bed, or do you want to check it in the morning?
I will be checking it after all the other business for the day is done.
Okay.
Right? Simply because this was a commission to the Knight of the Order, so it would make sense that a Knight of the Order would double up on it, right?
Sure.
So yeah, at the end of the day, once we start setting up like watches and everything, I'll go ahead and check.
Okay. So with that, who's going to be taking the first watch then?
I again have no problem taking first and second watch while people get some rest. Right?
I'm going to take a level of exhaustion. I don't think that ZERRIS is going to sleep tonight. He's probably going to lay there, but he's probably not going to sleep.
Okay. Okay.
I will be sleeping next near ZERRIS.
God damn it. All the reason he's not going to sleep.
Don't worry, I'm just a gelatinous blob when I'm near you. Better than the other things.
That sounds like
Better than the other
a
things.
pickup line.
Sounds like a pickup line.
You make me melt.
Okay. Are there any rolls that
Ew.
I'm going to need to make for my 2 watches?
Just a perception check for each.
Okay. 21 for both.
21
Damn.
for both. That's yeah. No, with that, there's nothing. Nothing this night, or for the first 2 watches.
Okay.
Did anybody else have anything before going into their rests? I forgot to ask before we started that.
How are the horses doing in the cold?
They're cold, but Tanya was able to get some more of those raggedy sheets from there, so they're gonna be all right.
Yeah, and they're northern horses. Good sturdy things.
RA-THERIS, how do you feel about free will?
Free will is the master's will.
Okay.
Only the masters can have free will. And you were the
Okay.
last master.
Do you
Therefore,
have...
you were the only one with free will.
There were more.
Yes, master.
Can we
But you were my personal master.
You can just call me ZERRIS, it's fine.
Understood, master. Your current alias is ZERRIS.
Alias? What's happening?
What the fuck is going on?
That has been noted.
What's happening right now? RA-THERIS, I need to express to you that I'm not sure what Derik was doing, or
The Great Torturer was merely using electricity on me, constantly. During large period of times in which he would attempt to corral and bend my will. However, he is not a master, and thus he could not control me. Like you, master.
Okay. You can just call me ZERRIS. That's perfectly fine.
Noted again, master. Your current alias is ZERRIS.
Wow, what do you mean alias? What do you mean alias?
Alias is a name in which somebody uses when they aren't using their personal name.
Yes, I understand that, but I need you to talk me through what you remember. Start at the beginning, the very, very beginning.
Oh, you bred me to be adept at magic.
Okay, so you're not... okay. When you say bred you to be adept at magic, like... What do you mean by that? What do you... pretend my memory's fuzzy. Pretend my memory is not quite there. What do you...
Trigger word initiated. Your memory is lost. Yes, master.
I don't remember this. I don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck?
As your memory... Master, please confirm your memory is lost.
Are you having this conversation
okay?
by the fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Please confirm using your passphrase.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Giant gooch.
Master, that is not your passphrase. Do you want your security question?
I would love my security question.
Your security question is the usual.
Of course. Okay, listen, RA-THERIS, I need you to think about the logic of this. If my memory was lost and gone, why would I remember my passphrase?
Because you carved it on your lower arm.
I'm gonna look at my damn arm. DM, is there anything carved into my damn arm?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say that for right now, no. So maybe if you did,
I'm gonna
Carve it.
shit. I'm gonna shit. I'm gonna shit.
perhaps you should carve it deeper next time.
I'm gonna show
What the
RA-THERIS.
fuck?
I'm gonna show RA-THERIS my arm and see. Look, there's nothing there.
Oh my god.
I am. I'm. Clearly not the person you think I am. So there's no need to call me master. You can call me friend. Friend is good. Compatriot, ally.
Sir, you know it is not appropriate for me to call you friend. And master, I see that you have healed your arm. You should probably not have done that.
Can you start at the beginning? Just.
Do you require a understanding of your laboratory work, master?
I'm afraid to say yes. Yes.
Understood, master. Would you prefer me to start from the beginning of my existence, master?
Can you start from the beginning of mine? Is that an option?
Yes. You were born to two masters. One was male, one was female. I find this dichotomy odd. However, you were born into a noble lineage with great potential and magical prowess. You rose to the top amongst your peers by assassinating your brother. So you you could claim the title. After you claimed your noble title, you began breeding slimes for the Empire. Once you had created the plasmoid race, you used them as servitors for the Empire. I am your personal plasmoid, RA-THERIS. You named me after one of the old names of a god, in an attempt to show your mastery over them. Specifically, the god of magic. I do not know the current name the god of magic uses.
Oh, I do have a quick question because I realized this almost got past me here. Did you ever specify which arm? You just said on your arm, and you only checked one of your arms.
I would love to check both. I'd check every limb. I would. Yeah, eat both arms.
All right. Well, so on your other one.
God damn it.
God damn it. It's nothing.
I wouldn't say like, quite. It's not anything legible. Perhaps just a birthmark there.
Is it?
Certainly doesn't look like anything that like decipher a word from. But there's at least like a splotch there.
Master, you are very bad at writing. That is indecipherable. However, I can see you clearly wrote a P, which is a part of your passphrase.
Oh my god.
Peaches, periwinkle,
Niam's
Master,
gonna
do
lay
not try
over
to
in the corner just spewing out P word.
peaches,
Obnoxious
periwinkle,
ones.
prancing pony, pineapple, pelican.
Master, you need not. Master, you were starting with words with P, but that is clearly in the middle of that word.
Copulation, cornucopia,
Of these are your passphrase, Master. If you continue as this, I will be forced to make assumptions about you.
Okay.
Not
Please,
quite
please.
sure what that would mean. But I would say we can roll into the third watch. So Niam, if you could do a perception check, and then excuse me, Styria, I would imagine you're doing your snow math routine again.
Did Styria check? Are we getting paid?
Oh yeah, Styria.
I would
did
be
you-
checking that after I get, quote unquote, cleaned up.
Cool.
Okay. so-
23.
23. Oh,
I mean,
Yep.
shit.
no, I mean, aside from the wind and the snow, the coast is clear.
Boring.
I'll take the last
Ma-
watch.
Master, would you like me to continue?
We'll talk more in the morning. I just... I have to make sure we don't get murdered in our sleep.
Master, that individual is clearly an elf. They do not require sleep.
It's okay. They deserve a bit of rest at the very least. You should rest as well.
Understood, Master. I will initiate sleep. Nothing changes. However, I am non-responsive if you talk to me.
Yep.
I'm
See,
gonna-
right there. These fantasy games, just like that, he fell asleep.
I'm gonna take
And then he died.
I'm gonna take my watch and stress about if I'm a slave mongering monster.
So soon as I find the lock to the key,
Yep.
What do I find?
So opening it up, you find a series of papers inside, almost like a record keeping of sorts. Various numbers and some names written on them. And from what you can tell, this is almost like a way that this man was tracking his debts.
And I'm finding nothing else?
That there are no coins in there.
Not even in the ruined caravan?
No, this was in the ruined caravan. There was nothing.
Was there anything in the other normal caravan?
No. So because the commoners were in that area, and he wouldn't have trusted them to watch his money if he had any.
Derek's a piece of
I'm
shit.
definitely gonna have to talk to Sir ZERRIS about this in the morning.
I'm sure he's going to be thrilled.
Him and Tanya, because I would presume the other villagers were tagging along for some share of the coin. So that can't be good.
Oh, yeah. Although next to it, excuse me, actually, you brought up the other villagers, and that did remind me. The coins that were in there were the ones that the family had given to quote unquote pay their way. So only about 10 gold there. But it wasn't exactly, I mean, it was Derek's money in the end, but it came from them.
But our payment is gone. Our payment doesn't exist.
No,
Mhm.
it's sacked.
Derek's a piece of shit.
Derek's a piece of shit.
We should resurrect the Great Torturer so we can murder him multiple times.
Go to sleep, RA-THERIS.
I don't think we have the wherewithal to be able to do that. And also, I'm not entirely sure how moral that would be.
The Great Torturer
Or
does
how
not
legal
require
it would be.
morals.
Maybe not, but normal people do. So,
Laws are below the master.
If ZERRIS, if you ever end up in court, I don't think you want this guy to be there.
I'm
okay. So, how does the last watch look?
Well, if I could get a real quick perception check from our friend ZERRIS here.
Yep.
Let's see.
Holy shit.
5. Yeah.
25.
Nobody got below a 20 there.
We're
God
doing really good
damn.
on these perception checks. We're gonna
We were just
roll
attacked by
shit.
Yetis.
Yeah.
We're just attacked by Yetis. Of course, we're fucking paranoid.
That makes a lot of sense, and yeah, the fact that all worked together. But no, ZERRIS, your watch is clear as well.
Excellent. 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 Excellent.
It's clear as snow.
And, yeah, clear as snow. And as the sun begins to come up, the snowstorm has begun to die down. So it's still a light snow with a little bit of a breeze. Significantly colder because it has been snowing pretty hard all night, but excuse me. Which actually is gonna bring up the one thing here. If I could get so why am I drawing a blank on this right now? Okay, sorry, had a senior moment. So we're gonna go ahead and do a frost event for everybody. So for those watching, this is basically it. So instead of doing the traditional, once per hour con save or gain a level of exhaustion, this is a little different. It's typically going to be once a day, and uses a slightly different modifier. So if they have resistance to cold, then they gain +5. If you're wearing cold weather gear, that's an additional +5, and then the DC will be based on the temperature. But and it's really only going to come up once per day, unless somebody wants to do something crazy like jump into a frozen lake and really just make it cold for themselves.
The fire, will that help?
I would say the fire would help. Yeah,
Because I'm assuming that people would be tending to that over the night.
yeah. I would say the fire itself could, for those next to it, would have gained a +5 as well.
Oh, I thought it would, because it would change the temperature, just to change the DC for us.
Oh, change the D. Okay, yeah, that would change the DC.
Because
Okay, yeah,
temperature.
that
And then
makes more
what kind of roll are we making? Is it a saving
so-
throw or is it an ability check?
So this one is going to be the flat D20 with the modifier. So either with the +5 if you got cold weather gear, another
Or
+5
resistance.
if you've got cold resistance. Yeah, and then
Okay.
I don't
So
think
just a
any of you have
D20?
cold immunity. Yeah.
Nope.
It is a D20. Yes.
Cool. 14.
I ended up only with a 9, even despite everything. What the fuck?
Okay. Oh yeah, because you didn't have the cold weather gear. You just had the cold resistance. Yeah.
Oh wait, nope, I do.
Okay. Well, then that would take you up to a
Let me re-
also
let me-
14.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be a 14 unless you would be allowing a reroll.
Well, I mean, a 14 is actually going to be good enough to pass.
You know what? Fair. We'll go with that.
If you really want to re-roll, I'm not going to stop you, but it's like, you passed. Bullshit. Let me try again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I looked at my inventory. I didn't see it at first, and then I saw
What,
it right
D20?
next to where I.
Yep. So it's gonna be a D20, and if you had cold weather gear, you're gonna add 5.
Copy that. I don't believe I had cold weather gear, and I'm also at a point of exhaustion. So there's 1,
Ooh.
and there's 2. Look at that. That's sweet 7.
Okay. Wait. What was the
He
second?
has a
Oh,
point of exhaustion.
So it's disadvantage. Okay. And then,
Well, that's why I asked what kind of roll this was.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's the flat D20 with the.
Wouldn't
So
cha-
if it's
yeah,
if it's just a
exactly.
regular
check.
roll, it's not
Either
affecting it.
yeah, either way, it's still a 7.
Yeah.
Because that was the first
Okay.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then just need one from Neil.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, So for everybody who got less than a 10, you're gonna gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Sick.
Yeah. And I already rolled for for Tanya and the family as well. All but one of them passed. So the daughter Priscilla has gained a level of exhaustion as well.
Of course, it's the kid.
They got tiny
Come
immune
on.
systems, man.
It's small. It doesn't hold a lot of heat.
Must be dissolved.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So I mean, aside from a light snow now and a light breeze, it's mostly cleared up. Clouds are, it's partly cloudy. But might be a little chillier today just because of the storm, but other than that, should be pretty clear.
Master, you do not look well. I regret to inform you I cannot summon your mount at this time.
My what?
Your mount.
What mount is that, RA-THERIS?
Your mount.
Like a
You designed it.
designed it. Is it a horse? Is it a...
No, master, it is not a horse. You took a piece of the god of magic.
I'm sorry, what? I did what?
You took a piece of the god of magic and converted it into a mount for yourself.
Oh, this is blasphemy. I am going to be smited.
Well, it was definitely before you entered the church, so
I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray a lot. I'm gonna pray a lot. Dryoct, please hear me.
Yeah. And just so you guys are all tracking, that would have been the completion of the long rest with, I mean, you didn't really sleep. I don't know. How does, I feel bad not for knowing this, but not a situation that I've seen come up very often where somebody chooses to abstain from sleep. So does that typically...
He didn't take a long rest.
Yeah,
he would have benefited from a
take a
short
long
rest. He would have benefited from a short rest, not a long rest, if that's the case.
Copy that. Okay.
so as
You just
such,
took
Because
8
he
short
would've-
rests in a row.
no. What? No. Yeah. I do not gain
Under
hit
normal
points.
circumstances, he would have had to rest for at least 6 hours.
Yeah, I do not gain hit points back. I do not gain spell points back.
Although you can expend hit dice to regain hit points if you wish.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
How are you looking as
Well,
far as health is concerned?
I look great. Your healing really helped me out.
Awesome.
Well, I look...
I am the master shield. Should
Oh.
things go wrong, I will protect the master.
I wish you wouldn't. I wish you would. And I'm gonna continue praying to Dryoct and...
I'm gonna look over to ZERRIS. I'm gonna go. Sir ZERRIS, would it be okay if myself or NIAM would be able to issue protocols for RA-THERIS?
Say again, I'm sorry. I was praying.
Would it be okay if myself or NIAM would be able to be given authorization, I believe would be the word, to issue protocols to RA-THERIS?
RA-THERIS, I don't want to give you orders. I don't want to... I think you should listen to who you want to listen to, and I think that you should do what you feel is right and good, and I don't think... So long as it's not harming innocents, I think that you should be able to do what you feel you want to do. If NIAM and STIRIA want to guide you on that path, if you want to listen to their counsel, I think that would be good. But you don't have to if you don't want to. You should recognize the fact that you have free will.
Understood, master.
You're a free slime.
I understand that my will is yours.
Please give me strength. Forgive me for my blasphemies. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I don't
For
know.
only the masters have possessed free will.
I don't even remember what
And I will
did.
follow your will.
Please, I just
Oh my god.
hear my prayers. I don't know what to... Hell.
Well, that's why I asked the question that I did.
If again, RA-THERIS, STIRIA and NIAM, they're gonna talk to you and they're gonna try to guide you on goodness and righteousness if free will is new to you, then I think that their counsel would be good. But again, it's not an order. I want to clarify, it's not an order. You can do what you want. Do what you want. What do you
Understood,
want?
master. You are not ordering me to do what I want.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
I serve the master. This is my purpose. You created me for this purpose.
You never wanted to like dance.
Master, while I am capable of producing feet, dancing is a waste of time.
Wait. You can produce feet? Hold up. You can produce feet. Can you produce arms? Can you produce a face?
Would you like me to do that, Master?
Sure.
Okay. So, at the top, 2 things shoot up, then smack down on the ground in front of him. As the rest of the body, he comes up, and the swirling mass coalesces into a head-like shape, which then extends out into 2 arm-like shapes with little worm-like fingers.
Very handsome.
Would you prefer
reference.
me to initiate? Handsome? Would you prefer me to initiate disguise protocol?
Disguise protocol?
Yes, Master. You have equipped me with several magical spells at my disposal that I can use.
Ra. We're just gonna call you Ra. So he made you.
Yes, the Master was the progenitor of this plasmoid race.
Not with my penis. Should be noted. No copulation was necessary or had.
You don't know that.
Indeed, Master.
You don't
indeed.
remember any of this.
Indeed, Master, you did not use your penis. You used your blood.
My what?
That's just as bad.
Your
You
blood, Master.
smooched into a
fuck?
petri dish and created this.
I
How
don't know
many
what-
more?
So there's-
How
at
many
this
more
Sorry.
are there, Ra?
We numbered
Do you have-
several thousand at the time. However, when the cataclysm happened, I'm not sure how many of us survived.
The
Okay.
cataclysm?
Anya was
Cataclysm
about
that-
to bring the family out, but once you started talking about splooging in a petri dish, she's like, no. So,
And I don't blame her. Please keep the kid out of this.
The cataclysm.
Do we recognize what he means?
like,
What
Right.
they mean?
History
by-
check?
Yeah,
Cataclysm.
we can go ahead and do a history check.
Okay. Well, that's a 21.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Nice.
I'm praying.
20.
Right, nice.
Oh shit. So both me and Nyam are just kind of looking at each other when they said cataclysm, and we're just like,
Zerris, did you want to try to do a history check as well?
I'm praying.
I'm praying.
Now,
Keep praying
for
over there.
Theris here, I believe we talked off screen about what this cataclysm was and all that, correct? Or did we not?
Yes, we did.
Okay. In that case, I don't recall exactly what it was we had talked about. Would you mind filling us in on that?
There's a reason there's an ocean in the middle of the 3 continents now.
Blah.
Used to be 1 continent. It's the Great Cataclysm.
So, yeah, essentially a
With what
very
he said,
large event that just essentially split the continents into 3. Or
and
the continent into 3, I should say.
at exactly what time did this happen?
Right.
I believe it was in the afternoon, but I could not tell you the exact time.
Okay.
I was more referring to the year.
I
Oh
told you,
my
it was
goodness.
more than 999 years ago.
Okay.
It
So-
just dawned on STIRIA. It's like, he didn't mean a little less than a year. He meant a little less than a millennia.
Right.
Doesn't make
So-
any sense.
So it was close to 1,000.
That doesn't make any sense. I wasn't alive 1,000 years ago.
Okay. Wait. Hold
It's
on.
also possible that he
hold
just
on.
can't count to 1,000.
Right. It's also possible
He wasn't
can't
designed to
count.
count to 1,000.
So, thousands of you were created.
Indeed, we were
Then-
a excellent servant force.
And then
Then
insert human account of the cataclysm happened here.
Yes,
And
and I was
now
left adrift
there's-
in the ocean for many years, and feral.
And now
But you
how
were
many of you
you were
remain?
by yourself?
I met other slimes. However, they were inferior. No doubt
What do you mean they
remnants
were
of the working
inferior?
class.
Okay.
Their
so
mentalities had degraded.
Working, were there levels, classes of you?
Yes. Based on intelligence.
So I couldn't. I couldn't. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I wasn't alive.
Now,
last
Master,
night.
if there was anybody who would have survived the cataclysm, it would have been you.
Oh.
And seeing how you have figured out a way to reduce your age, clearly you have mastered life and death.
I wasn't alive a
I don't
thousand
think
years
that's
ago,
necessary.
so
I
it's
don't
not-
think that's necessarily the case.
You
Your
sure it
facial
wasn't?
print remains.
RA-THERIS, are you familiar with mortal reproductive cycles?
Indeed.
Oh,
Master was very,
no.
very thorough with them.
Wait,
Well,
what?
You know how they...
So-
just like
Master was proficient with mortal reproductive cycles.
just sitting there, was about to say something, and then just like
Mm-hmm.
so I.
Okay,
hold on,
wait.
hold on,
Hold up. Wait. Oh my God. All right. Focus.
You don't think
Sure.
there's a possibility that this might not be your master, but your master's descendant?
That is impossible. Human
How is that-
reproduction does not create exact replicas of individuals. It creates mixed match replicas. This individual that is my master is a clear match for my master, and then holds up hand becomes blob. Once again, his face, but like 20 years in the future, shows up. The face print is clear. That is not possible. Clearly, it is master, having mastered.
And like the whole
having-
time, we're all just
All right.
and we're all just sitting there. We're just like a short circuit in
Time out.
our brain, just like.
Get,
And I'm just sitting there, just like I'm gonna start.
what
tweaking here
comes
in a
after
minute.
999?
1,000?
Not you.
0.
Rah rah over there.
0. However, 0 is not a quantifiable amount of years, so I simply say 999, as it is my limit.
So it was more than 1,000 years ago. In other words, more than a millennium ago.
Yeah, give or take a couple hundred years on top of that.
It couldn't have
I'm
been
gonna
me.
start tweaking here in a minute.
So real quick, as far
Let's-
you
Let's
You
put this
guys
on
have
pause
not-
for right now. Let's start
Oh.
heading out.
no, so yeah, there's really only one of the caravans that's serviceable anymore. So are you guys gonna try to fix up the other one, or are you just gonna push it off to the side and leave it?
Yeah.
I
there
can
any way
initiate repairs.
What?
I can initiate repairs
Initiating
of the
repairs.
vessel. Would you like me to initiate repairs, Master?
That would be.
Well, what are you gonna need? What are you gonna need to get the caravan fixed?
And
I will simply mend. Time is all I need. I have all the materials present.
Can we call him by his name, please?
Call who by his name?
ZERRIS. Instead of calling him Master.
That would be great.
I am not. Master made it very clear I should never call him anything other than Master, except when he is attempting to not be Master. And
I'm about to be
and
mean. I'm about to be
specifically-
mean here in a second. I'm gonna be making a persuasion check by saying, "Well, your master has very clearly defined that you are to refer to him as ZERRIS."
My immediate response is, Master does not
Nope,
like
that's a
fighting.
6. Nope, that's a 6. That's a 6.
I would. RA-THERIS, you can call me ZERRIS. Whatever I told you, or you believe that I told you in the past, you can just call me ZERRIS now. Rescind whatever a suggestion or stern suggestion I had given you in the past, okay?
Understood, Master. Please say your passphrase.
God damn it.
So that I may
Cornucopia.
verify. Master, that is not your passphrase.
Why does he have a pat? You know what?
I
In
don't
case he was,
know.
in case someone was to
Let-
cast the disguise self spell on themselves and attempt to control me.
This is getting us nowhere. So
Yep.
let's start
So-
focusing on getting out of here.
So for the first caravan, what are you guys gonna do with it?
If RA-THERIS thinks that they can fix it, then by all means, I'd
Is
love to see it.
RA-THERIS able to fix it in under an hour?
Yeah, I should be able to do that with mending. It was
Oh,
just
with-
one Yeti strike.
Yeah, with mending, yeah, you would be able to get it at least to the point where it can be
Driven.
Driven.
So
Or at the very
Pretty
least,
quickly, and
drawn.
then repair the rest on the road if you want to.
yeah, so basically I
Okay.
will walk over there in my humanoid form, then extend pseudopods appropriately to pick up things and place them in the right place and cast mending repeatedly.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it becomes
so, yeah, quickly within I would say with to get that done. Now you guys can start leaving before then.
For me to rephrase.
Why are you screaming?
I don't even know how many channel points that would be for you to remember the phrase, but
I was trying to do it subtly. I was very excited. Is that even an option? Is that an acceptable? We normally have to go over these things, and we have to create a menu, but
I think I'll
to stumble
I'm not sure how
upon
many
the
points that would
phrase.
be. I think you might be able to stumble on it at some point, but
Okay.
we'll have to work that in a little later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
But I'm
Okay.
not opposed to that being an option on the table.
But there's hope. That's all that I'm hearing.
There's hope. Guys, it's the second session, and you already broke the cleric.
Ah, that
know.
wasn't we.
Okay,
That was
know.
the slime boy
no
over
part
there.
in that.
That
I had
was-
no part in that. That
Fair
was
enough.
I know, I
Well,
expected
there
it
it
to
is.
last longer.
Oh, phrasing. Anyway,
No.
there's my one per day. But yes, you would be able to.
Wow.
You would be able to get that mended up. I feel like there was another question that was asked in there.
once everything gets fixed up, we're gonna be on the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing I am going to say is I would assume I can tell that ZERRIS is exhausted at this point, right?
Excuse me,
Probably.
very much so.
Okay. He's going in the cart and he's gonna rest.
Indeed, I would not allow Master to walk. It is part of my job is to caretake for him. He is unable to make tea by himself.
Okay, right now you're stressing him out. So how about you and I sit up front and we'll have a conversation. We'll let ZERRIS rest.
Master, is this acceptable?
Sure.
Very well,
Punching-
Master. Should you need me, just call.
I will keep that in mind, RA-THERIS. Again, ZERRIS is acceptable. ZERRIS is perfectly fine.
Understood, Master. ZERRIS is your current alias.
I'm gonna look to ZERRIS. I'm gonna say, Sir ZERRIS, remember what we discussed before
No.
about potentially, and I know the phrasing might bother you, granting authorization for either myself or NIAM to issue protocols for RA-THERIS to follow.
I have a feeling that's going to result in him asking me for a passphrase that I don't know.
That's fair.
I will certainly suggest it and make it known that it would be favorable if he listen to the advice of his new companions. But I have a feeling an order of that magnitude is going to result in a passphrase request that I simply do not know. I'm going to be staring at the mark on my arm at this point.
Been on your entire life.
Yep,
You
that
never
was-
thought about it.
It's just a birthmark, I
Bit of
swear.
a random question, but if I were to walk up and examine the arm that has the marking on it, would I be able to try to deduce anything?
It's a birthmark, but it doesn't look like it's anything legible. It's a blotch. Maybe it's got like a little bit more of a squiggle to it, but it's certainly not any words that you guys would recognize. It doesn't appear to be a written language of any kind, at least in its current state.
Add
Like
water, it
this.
will grow.
Okay, so ZERRIS, you were going to be taking resting in the rear caravan, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then yeah, so the rest of the family was back there as well.
Yeah. I
So-
would
and-
ask Tanya to make sure Zara stays warm.
Oh yes, of course.
And we'll
Yeah,
figure
he's
something
plenty of
out
ice.
about
Smart idea since he was so good at reproduction.
bruh.
Oh,
Nice. Nice.
Oh.
Oh, I love it.
All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and take up lookout duties and sort of flit off a small distance ahead of the carts.
Okay.
Checking for weather and checking for
Right, for anything that
Obstacles.
might be in your way.
Yeah, like
that'd
hidden
be-
yetis.
Oh yeah, Yetis. Yeah, definitely.
We know those are out here now.
Yeah. No, okay. So with that, you guys are on your way. Excuse me. The rest of the journey to Nypoint goes without any issue. The skies are clear and the roads are free of Yetis as far as you can tell. And with that, you are able to make it to this hustling little hub town, as it were. Excuse me. And this kind of goes into more of a two-lane traffic, as it were, for the carts. And excuse me, the father of the family is able to kind of steer you guys to where they need to go. So their house is a little ways off of the main street, as it were, but since your previous destination, the owner of that establishment, you kind of buried him. Is able to it instead takes you to their house, where they excuse me, sorry, where they offer to as thanks for protecting them on this, they offer you to make you a meal.
I see no reason to decline. One small thing I am going to do is I am going to return the money they paid to Derik back to them as a sort of, you don't have to worry about paying him anymore.
Excuse me. Well, they're certainly appreciative of that. Yeah, the meal that they make is rather simple. It's some rabbit stew. Can't go wrong with some good old rabbit stew. Um, however, unfortunately, these are commoners. They're not very
I'm not expecting anything luxurious, to be perfectly honest.
right.
Right?
So while they cannot offer you a place to stay, they can take you to the inn.
On our journey over there,
Sure.
I'm going to go ahead and ask one, if any of these villagers here are locals and could give us a rundown of how the town operates.
Mhm.
And two, if there are any particular places of interest we might want to keep an eye out for.
So keep an eye out for as in avoid or flock to.
Make a note of.
Make a note of. Okay.
Whether we avoid it or flock to it is entirely our prerogative. We just need to make a note of it. Right.
Right. Um, excuse me. And
This will
I
be
can
part of
definitely,
me taking my time to get to know how this town functions,
of course.
as far as like
Um,
customs, courtesies, laws, and whatnot.
I got you. I got you. So and that is one thing. Just because we are running low on time, so I can't give you a full breakdown right now, but we will
Not
get that
expecting
covered.
it, but it does help
Yeah.
set a cliffhanger, right?
Oh yeah. That'll be fine. There's definitely gonna be some more to come on that. Um, so the inn that he takes you to, that he's recommending to you, is the is one of the nicer ones, and
One of the nicer
it's
ones in
not very
town.
it's not very expensive to stay in this place, and like really any of the hotels in this town, um, or inns rather. It's inn, hotel, semantics. Um, so that one, for anyone who wants to take a note of it, that would be the Frostbit Inn. Um, and he'll take you there. All right, and that is so that's an inn, and then right across from it is a tavern where there's also they serve food and drink. Um, so really good location wise. I'm just off the main road, so e- impossible to miss. Um, sorry, having some issues tonight. Um, yeah, and then he says that in the morning he would be happy to give you a tour of the town.
Well, that would be absolutely delightful. Yeah,
Yep. Oh, sorry.
but yeah, once we get ourselves access to a warm bed for the night, I feel like that would be a good spot to start wrapping things up.
Yeah. So yeah, with that, it's gonna take you. He's gonna take you there. The owner of the inn is not in currently. But there is a clerk working behind the desk. Who would be able to get you set up, and he just needs to know how many rooms that you would need.
I just sort of look to the group and get a quick head count of who would be staying at the inn and who wouldn't.
Master, I will stay with you.
Is anybody saying anything about the slime? I'm sorry, Brown. I don't know what else to call you.
It's fine. If Master wishes, I can initiate disguise protocol.
Please initiate disguise protocol.
What's the password?
I swear.
Nope. Nope. So, given that we're using Arcane Mysteries, Secret of the Arcanum, a wonderful book that you all should look up on Drive Through RPG / Dungeon Masters Guild.
Yeah.
Disguise Self has an upcast for us. I will upcast Disguise Self at 2nd level, making it last 8 hours. The individual I look like is Egyptian in make and build, and does not fit this setting.
Yeah, you still stand out like a sore thumb. All right.
Okay, to be fair, probably not as bad as a 2 foot tall, 2 foot 5 inch tall, apparently little girl with aqua skin.
Is he is when you say Egyptian, is RA-THERIS straight up like bare chested, like with gold and like the white God damn it, Look at him, STIRIA. He's a stud. He's tall, dark, and handsome. He's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. He's half naked.
Got sandals on, not boots.
Oh,
Master, I am just taking my normal servant form.
Okay.
Would you prefer me to take the prisoners with job form?
No. And we're gonna. Matter of fact, can you delete that and that phrase from your vocabulary?
Of course, Master. I just need the passphrase. Destroying information requires your passphrase.
I'm gonna shove my head into the snow and just start to scream.
Master, are you okay? Do you require medical attention?
No, you're stressing him out.
The clerk sitting behind the counter, just a dwarven woman, just very confused about everything that's going on.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
How
shoot her
many
a
rooms do you need?
I'm just gonna sort of shoot her a sympathetic look before looking back, and it's like, ZERRIS, you need a room. I know that much. NIAM, would you be getting a room for the night?
Yeah, I yes, please.
I look over and I'm just like, 3, please. Before
Okay. And yeah, she'll give you 3 keys.
I'll pass over whatever the cost would be for 3 rooms.
Yeah, we'll handle the logistics of that off screen because I've got a price listing somewhere, but I forgot to pull it up because I wasn't sure if you guys were going to get this far tonight. So here we are. Yay, being prepared. Yeah. So with that, the Father Todd, he will it will bid you adieu and return to his home. Excuse me. And with that, you guys are free to head to your rooms if you would like.
I will stand by the master.
I'm going to ask a question before heading up.
Okay.
If I would need to purchase a bath, would that be extra or complimentary?
Well, there is a bathhouse, love, but it's down the road a little ways.
Fair enough. Would you happen to know what their going rate is?
The going rate, I mean, it really depends on the services you're looking for.
Just a bath.
Yeah,
It's in the same document.
same document. Yeah. So I will have prices for all that I will be able to get to you, because there's one for hot bath, cold bath, and then extra special bath.
I mean,
Oh Lord.
even if it's just like a cold bath, that's all I really need,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
What? Never mind.
Yeah. Well, more will be explained in time. Excuse me. So yeah, was there anything else that you guys wanted to do before you go to bed?
I think we're good. I think that this is a good place to end it.
It is. I think I'm gonna wander to the tavern and get food and
I'm gonna pray.
drink, but
Okay.
yeah.
And when we begin our next session, it will be the following morning, concluding your business for the night, and then starting a new day. So,
My
but
goodness.
that is where we are going to end it today.
Fuck you, Derik.
Fuck you, Derik.
Right.
Oh man. Well, I mean, at least you guys buried him instead of just leaving him in the woods. Because for yetis or any other number of creatures that just roam in these barren wastelands.
I'm going back
Yep.
for him. I'm going back for when I want answers. Thank you so much, David, for running. I'll take promotions off your shoulders. Thank you so much for joining us. We have been the Rolling Nomads. You can find us everywhere. On Twitch. We do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Golden Twitch's Wit, our new, not brand new, D&D campaign, our actual play. 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You can join us for this, where I think one of my ancestors was a piece of shit slaver, or possibly I'm a simulacrum. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Yeah. So that's join us here 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Golden Twitch's Wit, where I stress out about possibly being a piece of shit. We do a gaming stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time as well, right here at twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads. We've been doing Terraria lately. I'm bad at it. However, I did kill a unicorn, so that's...
He's great at it. He's taken on at least 2 bosses by himself.
I did not earn my gear. However, we do random game. We kind of pick the day of. We're gonna try to get Edge back onto it with us. I think though he's clearly stated he's not going to do Terraria, so we may have to break away from that to receive our Edge once more.
Well, we gotta be Plantera next.
What the hell is... I'm not... We'll discuss it later. We will... 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for our gaming stream on Wednesdays. Fridays, 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is our Sabbat Chronicle, where they have begun their profane ritual, their unspeakable blood magics mixed with oblivion. They yeeted themselves into the oblivion, into shadows, and are testing their might as Cain did. Yeah, it's a good time. One of them died. Not one of them, when an NPC died. The other one saw a shadow and told them at the bottom of the sea to seek him out, and is off to go be a Shadowmite. He quit. He quit the Sabbat. Who knew you could do that? Yeah, so that'll be fun. 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for our Sabbat Chronicle Book of Saints on Fridays. And of course, before this on Sundays, you can find us over on twitch.tv/OnyxPath, the Onyx Path, for Scion Godsend, where there has been some revelations made at Miskatonic University. A keen-eyed observer would have noticed a familiar name in a young student, and they found not Charles, who was formed of star stuff and mimicked Charles' face. They found him at school. Who knew he went to college?
I mean, to be fair, most of us are formed of star stuff.
Fair enough. But that's Scion Godsend over on twitch.tv/The Onyx Path at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time every Sunday. Yeah, that's us on Twitch. You can keep up to date with us, what we're doing, and all of our announcements, our late starts, our new programming over on Twitter, twitter.com, and we are under the name @_Rolling Nomads. Again, Twitter is imploding and losing its shit. It's currently worth $8 billion. A man paid $44 billion for it. That's fucking wild. Yeah, so we may be moving off of Twitter, but we're gonna wait and see what social media platform takes its place, if one ever even does.
It won't be Facebook. I'm gonna tell you that much right now because Meta is crashing.
We don't want to join a social media platform that is just gonna end up being shitty.
Telling you, email list.
We're not doing email lists. That's insane. It's
the future.
No, it's not. It's the past.
That was the past reincarnated there.
We'll see you guys on AIM. So
you've got mail.
AOL.
God damn it, guys.
At least there's no dial-up tone anymore.
We will. We're on Twitter @_Rolling Nomads. And you can find these episodes as well as episodes of Scion Godsend on YouTube, youtube.com/Rolling Nomads, where episode 1 is up there. Colder Than Twitch's Wit and Scion Godsend episodes get uploaded every Thursday. I was a little bit later uploading this past Thursday. That's because it was finals week. but likely it'll end up being 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where both episodes go up. Yeah, we'll be golden. As well as Book of Saints. Book of Saints will be in a part of a mass upload. I had a data issue, and I'm recovering a hard drive as we speak. It's going to be expensive. It's going to suck, but that's okay. That's us on YouTube, youtube.com/Rolling Nomads. Me, myself, I'm sorry, I'm just stealing this from you, David. Do you have anything you want to plug, man?
You're so used to plugging all of the things. It kind of happens naturally.
Does anyone else have anything to plug before I just shout myself out?
I don't exist.
Not really anything I can promote on my end.
You're
At
gonna
least
be
anything
here
that I
next
own.
week.
I will, but I'll be back on not next week, the week after. And I'll be back. Wait, is it next week?
Saturday?
Either way, I'll be back on Saturday. So we'll be all square for this. We'll be golden.
Yeah, and if there are any delays, then the
Twitter.
social media, whatever social media is functioning at the time,
Yeah.
will be a way to keep up to date.
Exactly. So yeah, that's us in a handbasket. Me myself, I've been a player.
Yeah.
I am found
How you
everywhere.
playing it?
At Ramos the Nomad. It's TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything before we roll out of here?
Nope.
I
We
don't
are
have
gonna
anything
raid,
that I can-
by the way.
Oh,
Brown
yeah,
doesn't
raid coming,
exist.
yes.
There's going to be the raid.
I don't have
She's right,
anything
I
of
don't exist.
my own person that I can promote. The only thing that I can promote are other people's shit right now. So
Hey, that's great. That's what we're all about, man.
yep.
Yeah, gotta plug it. We are gonna raid. We're gonna be raiding Master of Rome. They're doing their D&D stuff right now as well.
Nice.
Not sure how much longer they're gonna go for, but hopefully they stick around for a little bit and you guys can catch up and get caught up to date with what they're up to. So stick around and we'll introduce you to some more fine folk. We
Yeah.
will see you guys very soon. Sign us out, David.
All right. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you next week.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.